Hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to teach you how I make Southern style sweet tea. There's a reason I'm starting off with sweet tea. I know this isn't cooking, but sweet tea is important. Number one, because I'm Southern, and number two, because I'm also going to be having a segment called Sweet Tea and Side Eye, where I talk about things that just kind of raise my eyebrows and I want to talk about. So that's going to be included, and you'll always know it. It's going to be easy to tell. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Southern style sweet tea. I personally prefer Lipton tea. It's what I was raised on. It's what I like. And how I'm starting this off is with just a pot with some water in it. I'm making a gallon of sweet tea, by the way. So a pot with some water in it. I use 10 standard size tea bags, and I'm going to put them in the water, turn it on, bring it to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it off, set it to the side, and put a lid on it and let it sit and steep for 10 minutes. So we'll get that started, and I'll be back with you after it is steeped for 10 minutes. My tea has finished steeping. It's been sitting for 10 minutes. And I want to emphasize that you want to only bring it just to a boil, put the lid on, and set it to the side. Get it off the heat because you don't want to scorch your tea. And the reason I use 10 tea bags because I like my tea to be real strong tasting. I have 2.5 cups of sugar. Adjust that as you would like. That's how much I like in mine. It's still pretty sweet, but it's not syrup. So I take my tea bags out and I put them in a strainer over the jug. And then I'm going to pour my tea through the strainer. Make sure that your strainer is metal if you do this method. Because if it's plastic, you're gonna melt it with this very hot water. So don't do that. All right, so that's all I had. This is a 3-quart pot. And I had it about half full, so about 1.5 quarts in that for this gallon of sweet tea. Now I also have some more hot water that I am just gonna pour over these bags, again, because I like the flavor strong. And I am not gonna fill this up all the way. I want to leave room for me to be able to stir it easily without sloshing it everywhere. And then I'm just gonna take the bags out and I will throw them away. Take the strainer out. Now I'm going to stir it in. Now that water was hot as well. It was just straight out of the tap instead of doing full boiling. And I'm just going to mix the sugar in. And I am going to leave this sitting on my counter until it reaches room temperature. I do not want to put it in the refrigerator because that will at least somewhat raise the temperature in my refrigerator, and I don't want to do that. And I'm also not going to put a lid on it until it is at least room temperature, because if you put a lid on it while it's still hot, it will sour faster and your tea won't last as long, if your tea lasts any real length of time in your house anyway. But that's how it sours so fast, is putting a lid on it while it's hot. You don't want to do that. So anyway, I'm going to let this sit and come to room temperature. You could put ice in it to speed that up if you want. I just choose not to. So I'm going to let it get to temp and I'll be back. My tea has cooled. Got me a mason jar of ice. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour whatever you want. Plenty of ice. Make sure it's good and cold. You can add some lemon if you want. I don't like lemon. Well, I like sweet lemon things like desserts, but not in my tea. I don't want my tea to taste bitter. Which is why I don't buy bottled sweet tea. It always has citric acid in it to keep as a preservative. And I won't drink it. It's gross. But this is delicious. Perfect. Anyway, so that is how I make my sweet tea. And that's it. It's super simple. And it's good for 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator as long as you don't put the lid on it while it's hot. So join me again later for some sweet tea and side eye. Bye y'all.